own things. I just hope I'm inspiration, cause that's what we all need. Give them more. Sometimes you just need some good words. Give them more. Knowledge keep increasing since birth. Give them more. I guess being real got its perk. Give them more. And when you think you can't get any worse, give them more. If you got something heavy on your mind, give them more. When you feel like you about to fall behind, give them more. Even if you doing just fine, give them more. Young guy, this is your time. Give them more.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. It's your favorite host doing the most, and you know I love the boast. It's Mo Williams tuning in. And hold on, wait. We got a special guest. Yeah, I know I don't introduce people. I let them introduce themselves. So special guest, introduce yourself.
Thomas Cooper, my name. Everybody call me TC or Coop or whatever. From Chattanooga, Tennessee. I got to rep where I'm from.
Where you at now?
I'm in Argentina right now playing professional basketball. So.
All right, so let's
jump postseason.
Postseason?
Fourth season.
Fourth season. All right. So let me ask you a question. When you was in college in America, did you ever think you would be in Argentina one day?
Nah, of course not. Thought I was gonna be in the league, you know, of course. But you know, life is life. Things happen. You learn to adapt. You learn to adjust, and you know, let the chips fall where they may. I ended up here, so and I love it here too. So I'm enjoying myself.
So kind of give us a background of, you know, you say you've been 4 years pro. So where else did you play, and what area do you like the most so far?
College, played Division I, North Carolina A&T. I played junior college at City College in San Francisco. Then I finished my career up in Canada, University of Calgary, the university. Then I went to Germany to play my first season. I went to Spain. Yeah, I went to Spain my second season. My third season was in Argentina. My fourth season is in Argentina also. Grew up playing high school in Chattanooga, my whole life in Chattanooga. Then I moved to Charlotte in high school. My last played 2 years there, or you know where I met you at and stuff. So my dad lives there.
Yeah, we met in Charlotte, and so I guess this is around, like, there's a lot of people who want to play basketball, and you know we hear that we aim to aspire. So what would you tell someone who coming up who necessarily, okay, you kind of just going through it, you know, a lot of people in America feel like it's NBA or bust. Like, how do you feel about basketball now that you play overseas? Of course, you probably still had aspirations to go into the league, but do you think you'll be fulfilled if you never make it to the NBA?
Yeah, of course. I mean, everybody look at things differently, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it ain't about money. It ain't about fame. It ain't about clout. It ain't about providing for my family. I mean, all these things, for example, provide for my family, something I want to do, but they ain't the priority for me. You know, the priority for me is to be the best basketball player I can be, because that's what I wanted to do since I was 5 years old, you know, and a lot of people got jobs and they don't make no money, or a lot of people make a lot of money and they hate their job, you know what I'm saying? So I love my job. I'm able to provide for myself, take care of people around me. And yeah, if I don't make it to the league, you know, that's God's plan for me, you know what I'm saying? But obviously right now, I just think about what's in front of me, especially with this pandemic, and just trying to get better every single day and trying to stay focused. You know, playing overseas, you learn to appreciate the game way more than you did, you know, when we was growing up in the United States, because you gotta adapt to somebody else's culture. You know, maybe I spend 4 or 5 hours a day inside the court, but the other hours I'm outside the court. So I gotta go grocery shopping, or I gotta go shopping at the mall, or, you know what I'm saying? And these people don't speak your language. They don't have your culture. Like, for example, right now here it's summer. You know what I'm saying? It's 95 degrees. It's 95 degrees outside. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in the Southern Hemisphere. So stuff like that you got to adapt to. But it's cool. I mean, you get used to it. Everybody ain't built for it. But, I mean, after my first couple of years, I ain't know if this was something that I really wanted to do long term. But now, you know, I'm locked in for real now. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to be at. So.
All right. So you say you went from playing college in America to Canada. Now I know the story behind, you going to Canada, you playing basketball and how it went for you. But you were wildly successful at college in Canada. Like, what was that like, that experience? Was it different because you wasn't from there, you was American? Did they treat you different?
Yeah, of course. Canadians, by the way, out of all the countries I've been to, Canadians are the nicest people in the world. Like from all the cultures that I've experienced, and I'm just talking generally. You know what I'm saying? You got assholes there, you got mean people there, just like everywhere. But for the most part, they have a really nice culture. Everybody's nice and respectful, and they treat you well. You know how your mom tell you when you little treat people how you want to be treated.
Right.
They do that like almost to perfection. You know what I mean? So
But they don't even have
it was
guns.
great.
They don't even have guns in that country.
I wouldn't say that, but
I mean, they do, but
it ain't like how we is United States, but nah, it was fun. It was fun. You know, I took 2 years off before I went up there to play. I wasn't even gonna play no more. I met you in the gym, just hooping, just being a regular person. And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, I went up there, and yeah, I pretty much took over the country up there. That league, was the MVP, won the chip. Yeah, I became like a sensation up there for all the basketball fans. So it was fun. It was a nice experience.
And you actually is a part of like the team, well, a part of the team that started like bringing success to them because they're successful now, right?
Yeah, for sure. They like I've been gone from there for 4 years now. Before I came there, or before I went there, they had never went to like a national championship game in the school's history, I'm pretty sure. And when I went there the first season, we went to the national championship and we won our league championship. They got like 5 conferences up there. It's not as big as like the NCAA. They got like 5 conferences. My conference has like 18 teams. Won my league both years, regular season. My second year, we actually lost it. We didn't win the league title, like the tournament, the playoffs. But one of my years, yeah, we won the whole thing, and that was the first time we won our whole league in like 10 years. And after I left, they won it. I won it every year since I left, and they ended up actually winning the whole thing, the national championship, which I didn't do. I only went to the national championship and I lost
I
to a
watched it.
team there that's they're like a dynasty, bro. They're like
I watched the game. They was
they
out there.
hardly.
They was out there playing like the Spurs. I remember that game.
Yeah, they do play like the Spurs. They move the ball. They play like family. They just got a real hard-nosed culture. I think they won like 12 national championships in 16 years. So they're a powerhouse. When we lost to them, and the year after I left, that team lost in the semifinals. My team ended up playing another team in the national championship, and they won. They beat them. So
So you're like, so you're one of those people who I consider like a real basketball person. Like I watch
yeah,
basketball and things like that, but you can always, you don't play. You can always question my effort. You go hard every time. It's that Kobe, that Mama mentality, that Jordan mentality. Go get it. But I think one of the best things about you is that when you're not playing basketball, you like to coach basketball. So let's talk about it. What makes you like to teach the game, even though you're still active?
uh, yeah. Like for example, I coach like a club team. A club team is like an AAU team in Canada for 4 years. This year would have been my 5th, but with the pandemic, there wasn't even a season. Um, but I like coaching the kids. I really don't like coaching the kids, actually, to be honest. I didn't at first. What made me start liking to coach was, like, for example, kids would always come to me and ask me, like, oh, how do you do that? How did you do that? And I'd be like, yo, I really don't know. Like, I always done it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn myself, like, why was I doing stuff I was doing? And I would watch and I would see like, oh, okay, well, I was reading this defender, or I was reading this play, or I was reading this action. And then, these kids like look up to me, or they, it's only temporarily. If they meet
Yeah,
LeBron tomorrow,
yeah,
they're gonna look up to
yeah,
him. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So
But I'm the person that's in front of them. I'm the person that's in front of them that they have access to, and you know they look at me as the best person to get that access from. So that's how I started doing it. And then the reason I like doing it also is because when I coach, also I get to learn from a different perspective. I get to learn from the coach's perspective of what they see of me, like as a player and stuff that I'm doing. Like if I see one of my players doing stuff and I'm like, why is he doing that? You know what I'm saying? Or like, what was he thinking? And see the.
Hold on, we breaking up a little bit. You still there with me? Yeah, but you know, you still there with me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think we back.
Yeah, we back. I just edited and we just keep going. I really didn't hear you for like 5 seconds, so you know, we could just jump to like the next subject. Just
Okay.
keep it going. We cut it. I'll let them know. A little technical difficulties here and there, but you can keep explaining. But
No, I was just saying, you know, like coaching, I get to see the game from a coach's perspective, you know, whereas like I get to see the game from the sideline rather than me seeing the game as when I'm playing. It's a totally different perspective. So, and it helped me understand like what my coaches wanted me and what I want to be, and you know, kind of how to make them coexist. You just learn more, you know what I'm saying? It's a different perspective of the game when you playing or when you coaching or when you just watching, like as a fan, or it's just all different perspectives. And if you put them three together, you know, you can understand situations better.
all right, so you've been playing basketball for a while. That means you've been watching it for a while. We're going to take the Jordan era and before that out of there. Who do you draw influence from the NBA from now? Like, what's a player that you look at and you say, if I was in the league, I would try to model myself around this person
So they got to be in the league right now.
right now? Actually, we're not going to limit you, just in general.
I can do right now. Right now, I'll probably compare my game most to like Drew Holiday.
I knew you was going to say that.
Because, yeah, he is strong guard. He can play like he's versatile. He can defend versatile, or different positions. He can score. He play at his own speed. You can tell the game comes slow to him. You can tell he watch a lot of film. He just know how to get it done. But I don't really want to play that way. I used to be more of a now I know the game a lot better. But before I knew the game, I was more of like a killer. I was more of a more aggressive, which I'm getting back to that these days. You know, I'm getting back to, you know, having kind of combining the two. So with that being said, when it goes to like mentality, which for me is the most important thing in the league today, damn. That's a good question.
Let's go KD. When you talking about KD is like a relentless scorer,
he's a unicorn, you know. He's just like
he's special.
I can't never even imagine being like he's just like
7 feet
God
tall,
sent.
can handle, can shoot, can score from every level.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't think KD really like. KD is a full-time hooper. Don't get me wrong. Like KD's like,
yeah,
he only care about hoops. You can tell, and his people. But he could go a little harder than me if he wanted. It's just that easy for him. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's bored. Like he can score and he feel like
shit. Probably he is, man. Because it looked way too. It's just too easy for him. Like I remember people like, oh, he coming back from the Achilles. Nobody's ever done it. I'm like, bro, this is a 7-foot guard. He don't need Achilles, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, long as he can shoot over you, which he can,
you know,
he's gonna cash out.
What's funny to me is when they play against superstars and you watch the other superstar not challenge them. So I watched them play the Bucks the other night, and Giannis didn't want to guard him at all. It was all Chris Middleton, and I was just like, Giannis, why aren't you guarding KD?
Right.
Like you got the length, so at least if you force him to shoot, you may not block it, but you can make it hard. But it's like both of y'all 7 feet. So it kind of surprised me that as young as Giannis is, he didn't take the challenge of KD.
I can answer your question now. Actually, I know. I got to answer to your question. And this guy, I don't play anything like him. Okay, I don't play anything like him. But we just had this convo last night. You're probably gonna be surprised. I don't even know if you remember, but I don't play nothing like this dude. But his mentality on the court is kind of how I was when I was younger, and kind of what I'm trying to get back to. And this guy is very slept on. DeAaron Fox, like this guy is like,
no, he's relentless,
incredible. Yeah, people don't really understand how good he is because nobody ain't just turning on Sacramento Kings basketball games,
Yeah.
But this dude is like, ain't scared of nobody, talking trash to everybody he don't really start it, but if you start talking, he's gonna get it popping,
Oh,
and he will put it on your head.
It started from the beginning.
He will dunk on you
when he was going at Lonzo
Yeah.
now. And I think he did Lonzo dirty because he didn't even compete in that game in college.
Yeah, I remember that. Nah, DeAaron Fox is a guy who I'm like, that reminds me of how I once was. But DeAaron, like obviously he's in the NBA. He a max contract guy. He has something that I didn't have as a kid or a young player. He was always around the correct people to keep that killer instinct in him, but to also help him learn the X's and O's at the same time, And I kind of had to learn those separately. I didn't really learn the X and O's of the game until I went to Canada, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which when I was like 23, 24. And so now it's just like, I see sometimes in the game, even when y'all watch my games, you and Ty, and y'all will be like, oh, you had 25, but you could have had like 40, bro. Like you was just chilling. You could have really went for 40. And I'll be watching the game. I'm like, damn, that's true. And really, I can see myself kind of just like going through the motions of the X and O's for a moment and then kind of just taking over at another moment. Like a lot of games when I score 25 points, I'll have a quarter when I have like 13, 14 points rather than like, you know what I'm saying? I could have did that in 2 quarters and I would have had 35. So I'm trying to get to a point where I can join the two. And then this year I'm in a league that, this is probably the highest level I've played at in the league at a professional level. So like I'm not the first option on my team, you know what I'm saying? I'm the second option on my team. And I'm okay with that. That's cool. Our first option, he's a great player, super good. But I'm just learning on the fly, like learning and adjusting and adapting every day. So.
And that's all you can do. Who are your top 5 players in the league right now? We're gonna make it hard. You got to go 1 through 5. Who's the best? 1 through 5.
We doing like right now in this moment, like up to date.
Up to date.
Are we like doing this season? I'm gonna just tell you how I feel off what I've been watching because I watch NBA every day. So I'm gonna tell you off of what I've been watching. KD's first for me.
Right.
Off what I've been watching. Kevin Durant's first. LeBron hasn't been the best, but he's still dominant. So I say LeBron second.
It's funny because when you watch him play, you can tell like where KD looked bored, LeBron is really chilling this year. He's like, it's all about the playoff. And he's what is he averaging? 25, 7 and 7 casually? Just because he's LeBron.
Him and AD both are coasting. I had to say Steph's there, top 5. Steph came back real well. Everybody was counting. I remember everybody's counting goals, stayed out after 2 games. People get so hyped and just start backpedaling.
Right.
Then Curry come back and score 62. Then he come back and score like 45. And everybody like, oh, he can. I'm like, bro, y'all are really stupid. Like, like this is Stephen Curry, dog. The dude's never been dunking on your head or none of that. He's a flamethrower. You know what I'm saying? That's the strongest skill you can have is shooting the ball. If you can shoot the ball, you can stay in the league forever.
Only thing that made me like question him was the people around him. I was like, will he be in his health? Like he's never been the healthiest person in the world. So I was like, is he gonna be able to hold up like a James Harden and them do and carry a team? But you never question the ability. Like the ability is not going nowhere. Like
Nah,
Like
he Steph ain't really that injury prone as I think. I mean, he's always had the same injury. It ain't really been nothing else besides last season when he broke his hand, but
you talking about
that
his
can happen to
ankles?
anybody. And
Well,
last season, he the ankles, exactly.
well, they kind of corrected that
And
too.
all that money they got now,
Well, you
he
know he
probably got
don't.
some robot in them ankles now. He good.
You know he don't wear ankle braces, right? You know what those are. Those are air casts. They're like a special ankle
Oh, no, I
brace,
ain't.
but those are like air
Yeah.
casts. Like those have to be like pumped up and they're super sturdy. Those aren't regular ankle braces that he wear,
Yeah.
and that's why you
I mean,
never.
they got the money. They got the money to do anything you need for your body these days. The technology and the knowledge too. So,
Yeah,
Steph
Steph.
still.
So Steph is 3. Who is 4 and 5?
It's been a weird season. Jokic is.
He might be the MVP right now.
Yeah, he might be one.
He might be
He's
the
been
MVP.
killing. He's been killing. Like nobody can stop him. He's just becoming more unstoppable. It's weird. So he might be a little higher actually. I don't even know if this is the right order, but I think KD's first. That's all I know. And fifth is the fifth guy.
They got to go Luka.
Yeah, I was either gonna say Luka or Giannis. I don't even really like Giannis, but he's still been been dominant, and they records still really high. To me, winning also makes you one of the best players, not just like stats. You know what I'm saying? Luka kind of got off to a slow start, but I have no doubt in Luka at all. Like Luka's a bona fide superstar. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm surprised. Well, we are going based off this season, but I'm surprised that a PG or a Kawhi didn't make your list.
Yeah, I thought about them too. Actually, them was the other people I was thinking about, but it's funny because I think PG been a little bit better than Kawhi this season.
I think
And I know everybody hate PG for some reason, but
he an easy target. I say that.
Yeah, he make himself targetable too. So
It's the stuff that he say, like the sound bites that Paul George give is easily to be hated, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's almost like he wants it. So the Brooklyn Nets, they just put together their super team, with this James Harden trade. Do you think they would easily go to the finals in the East?
I actually think they got worse, to be honest.
They gave
I know
up.
everybody's gonna be like, oh, how they got 3 superstars. So it's like about everybody else. Like we play in the league now where the fourth option on the team can go for 30. Like I don't know why or how or when it became that way. Because think about it, fourth option for Chicago Bulls when Jordan played, who is it? Dennis Rodman? He ain't going for 30. When Kobe and Shaq played, Derek Fisher, he ain't going for 30. You know what I mean? But we play in the league now where it's just like, who's the fourth option for the Dallas Mavericks? I don't know.
Tim Hardaway.
Trey Burke. Like they'll go for 30, bro. They really will. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
they will give it to you.
It's weird.
It's the way. It's the pace. It's the way it's played. Like,
yeah, of course. More open shots.
I say the Warriors. I say the Warriors and Steph Curry changed it, but Houston blew